Hello, I'm Tyler, this is the Imaginary Axis, and a few months ago in Virginia, a man by the name of Eric Heffelmeyer ran into a serious problem. He was working on his truck in the family garage when suddenly the jack slipped and pinned him underneath the vehicle. To make matters worse, there was an explosion soon afterwards, as leaked gasoline had caught fire and ignited several nearby propane tanks. The fire started spreading all over the garage at an alarming rate, and Eric thought he was going to die. Until his 19-year-old daughter Charlotte arrived on the scene. And despite standing at only 5'6" and weighing about 120 pounds, she managed to single-handedly lift the 5-ton pickup truck off of her dad, rush into the vehicle while it was still missing a wheel, and drive it a safe distance away before spraying the house down so her grandmother and niece could escape. Our bodies are capable of incredible things. And as the situation becomes more and more dire, those things become more and more incredible. If you or something you love is in serious danger, your body's natural response is to pull out every trick it has to try to eliminate the problem. For most humans, this activates something called hysterical strength. But for Bruce Banner of the Marvel Universe, it activates something incredibly different. As a child, Bruce was abused by his father, a lot. The man was a raging alcoholic and he hated Bruce. His mother loved him, but that just made it more devastating when he watched his dad kill her in front of him. And this repetitive, agonizing, terrifying home life caused Bruce to suffer severe psychological damage and eventually develop dissociative identity disorder. If you're unfamiliar with the concept, DID, previously known as multiple personality disorder, is a rare and incredibly controversial psychological disorder that the scientific community barely knows anything about. Dissociation is the separation of normally related mental processes, something literally everyone experiences. Like when you're driving down the road and suddenly realize you don't remember the last 5 minutes, but sort of zoned out and autopiloted your way through the last 3 streets. But dissociative identity disorder is when this phenomenon gets taken to the next level, and you take up an entirely different personality because of the surrounding situation. So instead of zoning out on Main Street and waking up at Burger King, you're a quiet bookworm who plays too much Minecraft and writes Pokeshipping fanfictions one moment, and in the next moment you're a hardcore skateboarder who likes to get drunk, pick up chicks, and party until the cops come. Bruce Banner likely developed this disorder as a coping mechanism to deal with the way his father treated him. One personality was meek, quiet, solved problems with his brain, and didn't want to cause any trouble. While the other personality was childlike and savage, lashing out at the world for the happiness he never got to experience. Bruce's brain naturally severed these personalities to protect himself from his father, shutting the Hulk identity deep within his mind so he didn't foolishly lash out at a man so much stronger than he. But later in life, when he was caught in an experimental gamma blast, the Hulk identity emerged to save both of them. And this was the identity present when a mysterious genetic factor in Bruce's DNA absorbed the gamma radiation and developed the ability to draw ambient gamma energy from the surrounding universe to become a massive and powerful monster. It's understandable if you find that a little confusing. Banner actually has at least 4 different identities inside of him, but we won't get into that today. Studies concerning DID have discovered the mind and body really do treat each identity as a separate person. For example, if one identity is allergic to something but the others aren't, the subject's body will really react to the allergy when that identity is present. Or if different identities have different levels of vision, optometrists can really detect the changes in eyesight. Similarly, when Bruce Banner is in control of his body, he can't activate the gene that absorbs ambient gamma energy to provide him with ridiculous strength. But when the Hulk is in control, he can't deactivate that gene. Instead, he can tear through nuke-proof doors, hold a 150 billion ton mountain range on his back, shatter an asteroid twice the size of Earth, support the weight of a star without being crushed, and even punch through a time storm. And what triggers that strength? Anger. The Hulk identity isn't the same repressed facet he was when Bruce was a child. He's strong now, he knows it, and he only gets stronger as he gets angrier. Just like we do when we need to lift cars or run away from predators. But how strong can the Hulk get? Humans are limited by what our muscles and adrenaline can sustain, but if the Hulk can just draw gamma energy from anywhere in the universe, he should be able to get stronger almost infinitely, right? It's a big universe out there. I'm sure there's plenty of gamma radiation to go around. Well, not quite. Not only have we seen in the comics that his cells eventually get so saturated they start giving off gamma energy, but you just can't get angry forever. It's psychological. While Marvel's best and brightest might agree that the Hulk can theoretically draw upon infinite energy, that's assuming he just gets angrier and angrier until the end of time, which he can't. When Hulk gets angry, it takes time for him to get stronger. And he's been defeated in the past when his opponent manages to knock him out or kill him before he gets strong enough to stop them. And therein lies the problem. In many ways, anger is a survival instinct. We get angry when something doesn't go our way. Someone stole my food, someone's keeping me from my destination, something's trapping my dad in a fiery building. It's your brain pointing out that something needs to be taken care of for you to continue living ideally. The emotion exists to rally us up against things that could endanger us. And as a result, studies have suggested that it kind of has a time limit. Adrenaline, cortisol, hysterical strength, these mechanisms exist to help us fight for our lives, or escape predators, or defeat competition for food. It's only supposed to last until we can overcome an immediate threat. And that's why if you deal with a threat that you can't overcome for too long, you eventually grow apathetic. After you've been angry and stressed for days on end, your brain just kind of stops. You don't care anymore. It can be depressing or relaxing, but you don't have the capacity for infinite anger, and neither does the Hulk. His strength is very impressive. He has a limitless resource of energy, but he can't draw on it all instantaneously. And after enough time has passed, if there's a threat he still can't beat, he won't care enough to get angry anymore. As far as instincts are concerned, why should he? This thing might be massively more powerful than him, but it hasn't killed him yet, so is it even really a threat? The Hulk will never beat Galactus in a normal fight, because he'll either be dead in the first second, or Galactus' constant toying with him will make him apathetic. But what does it look like when the Hulk has been pushed to the brink? When he's as angry as you can fathom, and right on the verge of apathy? They call him World Breaker Hulk. This version of the Hulk is from a storyline in which he has lost everything. He was banished from Earth to a savage planet where he became king. He was taught to focus his anger and concentrate it on a target. He made friends, had a family. And then it was all taken from him, along with his wife and unborn child, and Hulk was not happy. This Hulk managed to hold together the tectonic plates of a planet larger than Earth. He nearly sank the eastern seaboard in a single footstep. Barely any hero on Earth could match him at the time, and he was still holding back to protect innocence. When the Hulk reached this level of power, he became so dangerous that he kind of voluntarily banished himself to the Dark Dimension with Red She-Hulk a few storylines later. A world where there are no innocents. He's always been afraid of his own rage, but here he unleashes his absolute strength against a true equal for the first time ever. He finally lets it all out. And even the Bruce Banner identity begins to fade, letting Hulk finally do what he wants. The result? Well, he charges at Red She-Hulk, she charges at him, and in one clash, they destroy the very planet they were fighting on, even though it was only hit by a fraction of their total force. So if you're ever feeling angry, remember, it's okay. We've all got to let loose sometimes, and anger can even be really constructive. It puts you at the top of your game and makes you stronger. But it's a defense mechanism. Nobody can get stronger forever, and eventually you're gonna hit a wall. So try to calm down or find someplace safe to let it out before that happens. Hey everyone, if you're still with me, thanks for watching a video where I explore the Hulk, psychology, and biology all in one. How great is that? Your view is plenty of contribution. But if you really like this video, feel free to smash the like button, or maybe even the subscribe button. There should be links to other videos I've done on the screen right now, so if you liked this one, why not check those out? You might like them too. And for everyone who didn't get the memo, here's a final reminder that there will be a live stream held tomorrow on this channel at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're just gonna hang out, talk about comics, fictional universes, fictional characters probably, a little Q&A. Show up if you have the time. If not, I hope to see you in my next video. Until then.